Hey, welcome to Roll and Review, where we talk about all things nerdy and awesome. I'm Jim.
And I'm Alex.
And this is the Roll and Review show.
Yes, it is. That was really kind of awkward opening, but good job.
It
Jim.
really was, but it's fine, because we're awkward. I'm awkward.
We have special guests today. Jim, would you introduce our guests?
Absolutely. We got John and Jeremy from Talkin' Trades with us this week, talking about, we'll introduce them a little bit later, talking about our dream teams, superheroes.
Yes. But what's new in movie news or comic news?
Movie news, a couple things new. Villain for Wolverine number 3 and Old Man Logan villain was released. It's going to be the Reavers, which are these like anti-mutant cyborgs, and it's going to be interesting. It should be good though.
So those are the villains with the inclusion of both Patrick Stewart as Professor X.
Correct.
In there, it's going to be a very, very interesting story, which probably get very dark, very nasty, but very
I hope so. With the R rating, they could go pretty dark, and I mean, let's not do it for the sake of being a rated R film.
But if there's any character that deserves the justice and the storyline that does, it's this one.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the Old Man Logan books, and I hope the movie does justice to the books.
We shall see.
Second thing this week, Twitter hashtag that made its rounds, give Cap a boyfriend. I can feel the anger.
Why are we trying to force things? Like, I'm not against it, but Cap being a very, very noble person from the 1940s, a stout Christian, probably wouldn't be the right character to give a boyfriend. It's not bad if you make a character that. It doesn't matter if it fits that character.
Right.
But don't try to force it on a character that really kind of goes against what he is as a character.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm like you, having a homosexual character, sure, cool. Whatever, if it fits the character, it fits the character. But, I mean, Captain America, traditionally, since his incarnation, has never been homosexual, and I feel like if someone were to try to do this, it would feel really forced. And, I mean, you have homosexual characters out there. Use one of them.
Yes.
I mean, even if you want to do, one of the newer ones, like Iceman, who, in the comics recently enough, within the past 12 months, I think, came out as gay. So
and by came out, Jean Grey read his mind.
Jean Grey read his mind, told him he was gay, and he just kind of accepted it. But whatever, shit happens.
Yes.
But you can use a character that has had that in their story and in their character before, instead of trying to force on a new person. But that's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah.
Move on. The last thing is the Tick pilot was filming in Brooklyn last week. And that excites me, because the Tick's a pretty cool character.
We've gotten to the point where we are getting the Tick.
The Tick's actually a really old character.
Yeah, I know.
He's a great character.
I know, but if you had told this to yourself 5 years ago that we would be getting a Tick show.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
It'd be really weird.
I would have still been excited for it.
What a great time that we get to live in. That we get to have all these great properties come to life.
Exactly. I think it's going to be pretty cool. The pictures looked actually pretty awesome. I'm excited for it. We'll see how it actually plays out. We'll see if the pilot's any good. But it should be good.
This week we get a special guest to do our comic reviews. Jim, introduce our guest.
This is Jeremy from Talkin' Trades.
Hi.
He's a wonderful man.
Happy to be here. What are we talking about?
We're talking about a whole bunch of things this week. We'll start off with kind of the exciting ones from DC.
Do you want to get to that? Should we start with that or should we end with that?
We can end with that. Fine. You are right. You're smart. I'm not. I'm dumb.
I was not going to say that. I think you said that.
I did say that. I totally said that.
This book.
So, all right, we'll start off with the first one from Devil's Due and First Comic, The New Squarriors. Really cool.
Team Ash.
Team Ash with Ashley
Wonderful.
Witter doing the art.
Have you talked to them?
I have.
They are wonderful people.
Oh, yeah. Actually, in our C2E2 interviews, I have an interview with Ash in there, so.
We have one from our free comic book, not free comic day, a long
the
time
Christmas
ago.
con, I think. Yeah,
they're awesome, and their books are really good. This book, from what I hear, it's Ash is really getting into his own as a writer for comic books, as opposed to just, his first book was Spring, you were telling me.
Yeah.
And so he's really hitting his stride as a writer, and it's exciting. And Ash's artwork is always amazing. Ashley Witter is a fantastic artist.
Yeah, I love her artwork, and her artwork is fantastic in this book, as it has been in like everything else she's done. And so this is book 1, but it's of the summer series. It's going to be 1 of 4. And what it really feels is a continuation of the Spring story. So if you've read that, it's like a month later. It continues the story, which I really like.
Does it still have the parallel story with the young boy?
Yeah, so it actually kind of starts off with that, which is really cool. So it kind of has like the before the event and after the event.
That's exciting.
Parallel, which is fun.
I really liked Spring. I'm very excited about reading Summer.
Yeah, and like you said, the Ash really, you can tell he improved as a writer from Spring to this summer series, having some more experience underneath his belt now.
Right.
As a comic book writer, not just a writer in general. So.
We can't all be Jeff Johns in our first book, right?
I mean, I could be.
You? No, of course.
Yeah, of we are
fine,
great, yeah.
But we're not everybody.
This is
not
true.
everybody's as perfect as you and I.
I agree.
What we got next?
Next, we have Steve Rogers, Captain America.
We're talking about this right away? Okay.
Talking about this
No,
right
no. Let's talk about it now. You put it up. We're talking about it.
We're talking about it
This
right now.
book.
Use your big boy words.
I don't even know, dude. First of all, there's a lot of dialogue. There's a lot of dialogue. And that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm all right with that. I'm lying. No, I'm not. I don't like a ton of dialogue. Like, I was reading it, and I was like, oh my goodness, Red Skull's speech is just going on and on.
Oh, yeah.
And I was talking, John, who does Talking Trades on Twitter.
You'll see him later.
SoundCloud. They're wonderful. He loves Captain America, and he says, oh, yeah, that's to be expected with the Captain America book. I said, oh, is it? I don't think I'm going to read it. It's good. It's not my style.
It's a lot of talking.
I like the Batman no talking, sitting on a gargoyle brooding for 5 panels. I'm into that.
Yeah, well, that's because you just like looking at the pictures.
Yeah. I can't read.
Neither can I.
Oh, good. So what did you think of it?
I thought it was decent. Now, I won't give away a spoiler, even though the internet has probably already ruined it for you.
Yeah.
The twist, I'm not a huge fan of, but I'm assuming it's going to get retconned later.
It's comics, so probably.
Yeah, exactly.
It's comics, so probably. I will continue for this story arc. We'll see if it grabs me.
Yeah, this one I am not too thrilled about. Like, it's a decent story, but it's not like one where I'm going to be like,
Aren't you
I'm
so
gonna say,
thrilled
like,
about
you need
him
to
and
go and
Sharon's love interest, though? Isn't that so, like, exciting and, like, interesting?
There was no Falcon and Bucky sitting in a car behind them giving weird looks.
That's the only way that, that Cap and Sharon. That's the only way it's okay.
Pretty much.
John does not like Sharon, and I don't disagree. John's a big Peggy fan,
Oh, well.
but like,
She's kind of old and
dead.
So that's a whole different kind of moral issue that we don't want him to get into.
I think Sharon sucks. Personally, I don't think she's a good character.
Ooh.
And it's not. I just don't like her. Like, there's a lot of women in comics that I love, and she's just not one of them.
I'm interested to see where they take her, especially with this book, in the fallout of Standoff.
It's gonna be interesting, especially since she's supposed to be, she's supposed to be taking over at S.H.I.E.L.D. soon. Maria's we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's issue 1, people. Relax. As I complain.
as we both. Yeah,
We'll see.
We'll see if it picks up. The next one.
Did
by
you read
DC
this?
Scooby-Doo Apocalypse. I did read this.
Was it good? Tell me about it.
So you're pretty much starting, like, the whole gang is starting new in this one. They really don't know each other. Shaggy kind of knows Velma a little bit.
Does he at least know Scooby?
Yeah, like, he was working with Scooby. He loves Scooby.
Okay,
Scooby
good.
loves him.
Good.
Fred and Daphne have a show which apparently isn't doing well.
Like a TV show?
Yeah, a TV show, like mystery TV show. And like, Daphne wanted to expose something, so she was trying to bring them in. Everything goes haywire. It has like actual like monsters and stuff, but to me it didn't feel like the cartoons or even like the movies that they did, and which
You don't always have to do
I was gonna
the
say.
old thing, but with something like Scooby-Doo, you also can't run away from it. Like Archie, the new Archie.
Yeah.
It took old Archie and it took the feeling and like the good parts and it modernized it.
Yeah.
It did it very well. It's a great transition in my opinion. But it didn't forget who it was. This
Exactly.
isn't Scooby-Doo. This is, to me, it seems like it's Resident Evil.
without zombies, but yeah, kind of.
So Resident Evil 5. So like a cruddy Resident Evil game.
Kind of.
No thanks.
Yeah, it's. I read the first one.
Are
I
you gonna buy issue 2?
probably.
That's the question.
I'm probably not gonna buy issue 2. That's the biggest thing. Like I don't feel like I want to read it.
I'm not gonna buy issue 1, so
So
you're
there
ahead
you
of me.
Oh, there you go.
You're ahead of me. So, but we both bought
Oh, we both bought.
both of these next books.
We're gonna start with-
So only you've read this one.
Yeah. So, Justice League number 50.
The reveal of the Joker.
Reveal. Again. So it's a pretty good end to the Dark Side Wars.
Yes.
It's a good end to the Dark Side Wars, in its own respect. But the thing that they had been tantalizing us over the past month or two,
Who is the Joker?
who's the Joker? And guess what? We still don't know.
No, but we know that it's not who. It's who.
Yeah.
There's three.
Yeah.
There's three
There's
Jokers.
three Jokers.
There's three Jokers. But you don't know who.
No.
You don't know who the three are.
I mean-
but there's three. That's not identity reveal. That's a quantity reveal.
Exactly. And that upset me. Like it, I actually got some texts about this from friends who read it. I've talked about it with people all day. Like it's a slap. It feels like a slap in the face to us as
Kinda.
readers because
Kinda.
they told us for so long we're going to reveal the identity of the Joker, and now they just went, nope.
You're a video game guy, right?
Yeah.
You play Arkham Knight?
Yeah.
John goes, so it's like the Arkham Knight reveal. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, Arkham Knight's a new character. But like it's not. Because for months they were like, Arkham Knight, when
Yeah.
it's not, nobody knows who Arkham Knight is. It's
Exactly.
somebody you've never heard of. They're like, oh, it's long enough. It's
Oh, yeah,
Jason
yeah,
Todd.
it's Jason Todd.
Jason Todd.
Yeah.
Which like, if they just said it's somebody that hasn't been in the games yet, or if they'd said it's somebody that you haven't, like whatever, fine. But they made it sound like it was going to be a brand new person they made up, and it wasn't.
Right.
So they
No.
lied.
Yeah, and they lied in this too. They went, well, reveal the identity of the Joker, and even like Hal Jordan's like, so what's the name? And Batman's like, there's
They
three.
didn't tell me a name. Didn't tell me a name. Where's the trigger?
There's three of them.
Wait, here's a better way to do this. You're going to find out information about the Joker.
Yeah,
Done. Then you're like, whoa, what's the? Then people can speculate all they want.
exactly.
And then you find out this and like, oh, that's cool.
Right?
But don't tease me with something and then not give it to me.
Exactly. Thankfully, I don't have to ask
Other
if I'm
than
going to buy the next one because Rebirth's happening.
They're still doing two more, right?
Of Justice League?
Yeah, they're doing 52 of everything, aren't they?
Oh, maybe.
You got like 6 waves coming to Rebirth.
Yeah, because like Batman Beyond doesn't even start till like August.
8 months from now.
Right? Like it's
I don't
ridiculous.
Know. Ridiculous.
So maybe they have two more. I don't know. I'm
I
happy
think
with
they're
it
gonna do
ending
two
right
more.
where it is.
I think they're going to do 2 more at least.
Oh, I probably won't buy it. I think that this is the perfect spot to like end it. End
Yeah.
of the Dark
Yeah,
Side
yeah, yeah.
Wars.
Sure.
It actually, the things from that book are in the Rebirth book, so I feel like it's a perfect time to transition from.
I'm not saying
Justice
I want
League
2 more. I'm saying I think they're going to do 2 more.
I know.
Whether or not that's the right idea is subjective,
I question all ideas of DC's.
except for this next one.
I questioned it before, but here
But
it
I'm
is.
not questioning it now.
DC Universe Rebirth.
Get it. Go
Get it.
take money out of your mom's wallet and go buy this.
Okay,
Unless
get
you're
your mom's
40
permission
No,
first.
go. I'm advocating this. Go. Then pay her back.
Talking trade
Pay
is
her
advocating
back.
this.
Don't be rude. But get this comic now. It's really good. It's $2.99. It's 80 pages. Was there any ads? There's no ads.
A little bit at the end
At the
for
end.
all the new Rebirth stuff.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So it's 77 pages for $2.99.
Which is incredible.
Purely on value. Get this book.
This should be like a $6 book.
Yeah.
It should be
The
$6.
Dark Side one was a $6 book, and it's not even half the size.
Exactly.
With a much worse reveal.
Yeah. Absolutely. But this book, absolutely fantastic.
I loved it.
I loved the narration point of view of.
No spoilers. That's right away. It's Wally.
I know, yeah.
Wally West.
Wally,
Old Wally.
Yeah,
Pre Flashpoint Paradox Wally.
yeah.
And you find out a lot of stuff. How much do you want to really talk about it?
We'll save the big thing at the end. For
Right.
them to.
But there's the thing before the big thing when you find out about the Kid Flash.
Yeah.
I guess you can talk about that.
Yeah, I mean.
You find
we've
out
seen-
that the current Wally West, who is black,
Yeah.
he's cousins with old Wally. So it still works out. He's still
Yeah.
related to Iris. And it didn't have to retcon that. I was really happy about that.
Yeah.
You can have both of them.
Absolutely.
Because old Wally has been brought back out of the Speed Force by Barry. And that was... I didn't cry. But, I thought about it.
I almost did.
I thought about it.
That's the speech Wally gives in there is just amazing because he's just from the heart thanking Barry for everything, assuming that Barry won't remember and he's about to fade into nothingness.
Stop. You're going to make me cry. And the stuff with Bruce Wayne's letter from his father from
my
Flashpoint was brought up again.
Yeah, it was.
Awesome. That's a great book.
All of it was fantastic. I was super nervous about Rebirth going to this, and we've talked about it on here before. I've talked about it basically everywhere. I wasn't sure about Rebirth.
It worked out.
I'm behind it
so
right
far.
now. Jeff Johns did a
They
great job
could
in this
still
book.
mess this up.
Absolutely.
So far, it's good. Better than the beginning of Flashpoint, because the beginning of Flashpoint was like, what happened? Figure it out.
Right?
There's a whole bunch of Pandora stuff that no one's going to read. Thanks, DC. This is much better. It's explaining a lot of stuff.
It does.
The
And
twist at the end, though.
The twist is fantastic.
I got there on accident. I was flipping through the back because it shows all the covers for the new
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
And then the last page is, I was like, what?
When you go read this book, you'll understand. However, that might be a problem if you haven't already bought it. Finding it.
not a lot of copies out there.
No.
I have one copy and one variant copy.
I have a variant and the regular one. Obviously, I showed the variant.
Variant's
I have the
beautiful.
variant.
Variant's beautiful. The regular one is it's an all around. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's the poster that we've been shown.
It's sweet.
But buy it if you can find it, and
Buy digitally. Read it.
Yeah,
Read
buy
it.
digitally. Read it. Just read the story. I'm sure it's been leaked somewhere on the internet anyway, so
Probably.
you can find it.
Probably.
Go get it.